Oh, I messed up the combo there. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, you see that damage though. You see that damage though. Hey, what's up guys, Darkbreaker here, and in today's video we're gonna try out a crazy crit build on the new patch with the lovely collector, this new item, broken. I mean, in my opinion it is not broken, but it can be very good on some champions, and in this case it could potentially be good on Riven. And if you guys wanna see how good it is in combination with the Essence Reaver as well, then definitely make sure to stay tuned, and let's get started. And I'm gonna explain to you guys why I think this item build is viable and could be pretty solid. I mean, obviously it's not the best item build for Riven. You guys know the item build. It's still the same item build that's the best, like Yumu's, Black Cleaver, Stark's Gauge, or Death Dance, and Twin Guard, stuff like that. Obviously still the best item option. But if you guys want to have some fun, try some insane burst damage crit build, then this is definitely something that is viable in my opinion. So for the first item, Yumu's Ghostblade, you guys know it, one of the best snowballing lethality item, one of the best first items that you can run on an assassin jungler like a Riven. Gives you really amazing stats, attack damage, ability haste, armor penetration, additional movement speed and attack speed. Now, why are we using Collector? First of all, since we are running a crit build, this item first of all gives us lethality. The more armor penetration you have, the more likely you are gonna do true damage. So stacking up lethality is obviously very good if you guys are snowballing and want to reduce the armor that the opponents have to 0, so you guys can do true damage or close to true damage. Then we have the execution, the additional execution damage on the passive. So if the opponents are falling below 5% HP, you will immediately execute them, and your ultimate is scaling with missing HP. So the lower the opponents are, the more damage you will do with your ultimate, and since it's like an execution ability, it synergizes with the passive of Collector pretty well. And now, the cherry on top of that, now listen to me, okay? Listen closely. How does Essence Reaver work on the new patch? After using an auto attack on an opponent, your abilities are going to do up to 30% additional damage depending on the crit rate you have. So in this case, with this item build, we have 100% crit rate, so we will do 30% additional damage on our abilities. And Riven's damage, a lot of it comes from abilities. The first ability, and a mixing auto attacks in between, obviously, for the passive. But your ultimate, let's say you're going to use auto attack, and then the next ability is going to do additional 30% damage. So your ultimate execution damage for ultimate plus collector execution damage plus 30% additional damage on that ultimate. It's gonna be a juicy ultimate. Or for your abilities as well. Then Bloodthirster for even more sustain and gives you a shield as well, plus crit rate obviously. And then Lord Dominic's for the lethality. It's gonna boost the attack speed of your next auto attack by 80% as well, and some crit rate. If you guys want to, you can use Infinity Edge as well instead of Bloodthirster, but I felt like I was lacking some sustain, so I wanted to go for the Bloodthirster, but obviously Infinity Edge is an option as well if you guys want to increase your crit damage. But yeah, that's coming for the item build. And for the runes, we are running Conqueror, gives you the best damage output, Sudden Impact for some additional lethality, Bone Plating for damage reduction, and then Transcendence for ability haste plus ability refunding after level 11 on your abilities. But yeah, that's it, and let's hop right into it. Bam. Okay, let's get started guys with this crit Riven gameplay. By the way, have you guys noticed the meta right now is crazy. Everyone is spamming ADC jungles. Everyone is using ADC in the jungle because ADCs are so broken right now. I've seen Kai'Sa AP jungle, like Androzet is spamming ADC jungle. I've seen so many challenger junglers that are spamming ADC jungle, like Tristana jungle, Jinx, Kai'Sa, Ezreal. I hate it. I honestly hate this meta. I hate the fact... The problem that I hate the most is not the game pace. The game pace is not the problem. I've seen so many people talking about the game pace. To me, the problem is like the bot difference. Better bot difference wins the game. Better bot difference just wins the game nowadays. I'm just gonna try to gank right here, and we're gonna force the flash for free. Nice. And right now I see this guy's overextended again, and he doesn't have flash. So I'm waiting for Swain to lure and bait him in so I can kill him. Flanking from head right now. And we get a kill. Nice, got that first blood. Oh, he's gonna invade my blue buff, so I'm just gonna go for his blue buff then. For you guys wondering, the skill order is first ability into third ability into second ability. That's the maxing order. And I like to start first ability into second ability, obviously. So Riven is pretty good that she also can gank level 2 already and has so much mobility. This build is very glass cannon though, so you need to be mindful. Oh, by the way, my settings are wrong. I don't have the... I didn't find it, by the way. I kept looking for it. I don't know what it's called. In dash direction? I think it's in dash direction off or something, but I didn't find it because I kept dashing strangely. I didn't like the way I'm dashing. So right here I was kind of distracted. I'm pinging, maybe trying to bait so my Vex can come. And I should have just flashed off. I should have just flashed away. I underestimated the Olaf. Honestly, I thought the Vex would come. But I was really distracted this game in the early part with the settings. And I didn't find it. Like normally, like there's like the in dash direction, turn it off or turn it on. And I think it was turning it off. So you can just dash more freely without it, sometimes dashing the other way. Even though you didn't mean to dash the other way, but I just kept dashing the other way. Yeah, Darkbreaker just looking for the settings right here. Unlucky. Still looking for it. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys for this. But you see, sometimes when I'm trying to dash, it moves into the other. I think it's because of the cursor or something. Do we have enough for the Yumusa right now? Oh yeah, if you guys are interested on how to play Riven and how to learn her combos, I've made multiple videos or multiple guides on how to play Riven and talking about every single combo for her. So yeah, you guys can definitely check it out. I did it a while ago, so I'm not sure if everyone is familiar with the fact that I already did it. Okay, nice Muppet ultimate. But yeah, I've made guides for pretty much every new champion that got released and for a lot of other champions. And I've made guides for the roles, guides for item, builds, etc. And I've also explained the new items in one of my videos. So if you guys are interested to check out those guides, I've made the playlist talking about it. And I feel like for a lot of stuff, there was no need or there is no need to update them anymore. I do plan on updating some stuff though. Jungle guide seems to be very important with the new changes to update, and also like split pushing with the Nexus shield. So I'm planning to make a Baron lane guide. I think Baron lane guide first, then new macro guide for jungle, especially like for the new objectives and the new timers for the objectives, since people are not really familiar on how easy it is to rush the Baron right now. And how strong the Rift Herald is to secure 2 turrets at the same time. and also like the order of dragons, what I think are the best dragons. Like for example, the ice dragon being so good with the ability haste. Whether you have to contest the dragon or not, I mean, it always depends on the game state or how good your teammates are. Like, it really depends on how good your teammates are, or what your team you're running, or if you can even fight a 5 vs 5 team fight. Most of the times, in solo queue, I try to avoid a team fight, unless I like, if I'm 4-0 by the time it's, if I'm like 4-0, maybe I will just brute force the dragon because I'm so strong. But a lot of times I just prefer to, okay, got it. I prefer to trade because it's the safe option. Always go for the safest option and the best decision. This is like the #1 tip I can give as a challenger player. Go for the decision that has the least risk and the best outcome. That's it. That's literally it. That's the #1 tip. You guys should just have to know, or I have to understand. Yeah, I barely survived though. Good rotation with the opponents. You guys would be surprised, it's not necessarily like macro. When it comes down to macro, there are so many different ways on how to play the map, but it always boils down to make the best decision with the given situation. Like, depending on your teammates, depending on the game state, depending on the enemy composition, etc, etc, etc. Oh, this was actually a pretty sexy play, not gonna lie. Darkbreaker, well played. if I'm allowed to say that, that was pretty well played. Oh, I'm trying to run and dash. I see, you know why I'm turning this? I see this guy has no mana. I missed the stun, by the way, but I still kill him. The reason I'm turning is I saw this guy has no mana. I'm like, I can turn on this guy, I'm pretty fat. But yeah, it's all decision making. Like, the difference between a good challenger, like a really good challenger that has been challenger every season, or has been like a top player or a really good player, is decision making. Decision making puts you like, someone can be Grandmaster and has like mechanics, like micro. He plays Lee Sin perfectly, but his decision making or his macro is just not on par as like a really good challenger that is always going for the right play or the most optimal play. Most optimal play, I think that's the right wording. The most optimal play is what makes the difference. Not necessarily the mechanics, but decision making. Most optimal play at any given situation. Finding out what's the best way to win a game, depending on every circumstances of the game. Your allies, the opponents, how fat you are, how fat the opponents are, who is really fat, etc. So I hope you guys understand that. Like, a lot of times when you're watching gameplays from, like, if I was spectating like a diamond player or like a grandmaster player, the difference is not necessarily like micro. Like, a lot of times these players have like hundreds of games or thousands of games on the champion, and they might be better. They might be better than me micro-wise on a certain champion, even though I play this champion a lot. But if I play, for example, ADC, I don't play ADCs, right? But a lot of times I would still play better than ADC main, just for the fact that I have better positioning, I know when to go in, I know how to play the map better, and that just makes a difference. Like, mechanically, like, if I was playing a Vayne or Lucian, mechanically, I'm probably worse than, like, a Diamond one-trick pony Lucian, for example. I'm just giving you examples, but just with a good decision-making, good macro, good positioning, you can just be a better player. Like, you're just a better player with all of those things, and that can make a difference. Like, these are like differences that make a bigger impact than like micro stuff. Macro is way more important than micro stuff. But yeah, if you're like good micro, then you're snowballing or you're winning your lane harder. But I don't have to snowball or win my lane harder if I play the teamfights better, or I'm joining objectives, I'm helping my teammates out, I know how to rotate, stuff like that. Stuff like that is what makes the difference, by the way. But people are like all about like, I need to win my lane, I need to win the 1v1, bam 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 bam, I'm a giga chat. I might die here. But yeah, this item is very squishy, by the way, as you guys can see, super squishy. While the other build makes you like almost unkillable with Twin Guard, Stark's Gauge, Death Dance, Black Cleaver. You're way more tanky. So this is like a high risk, high reward build, I would say. But remember, I wouldn't say it's a troll build, but it's not the optimal build. I mean, obviously, I explained it to you guys. If you want to have fun and want to try out a different build, if you guys are bored of the build you're running, you guys can try it out. But don't expect the greatest result if you are not good at handling the risk, because it's high risk, high reward. It's a double-edged sword. That's the right wording. It can cut really sharp, but it can also cut yourself if you don't play it well. That's a good analogy, right? Nice. And since Riven has a broken sword, it makes sense. That jokes. I'm a boomer. I'm allowed to say that stuff like this. I'm a boomer, but no. Let's see if we can go for the flank on Mr. Graves himself here. But this guy does so much damage, by the way. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm too squishy, not gonna lie. Graves does a lot of damage. He's pretty good in this meta. Because the shield bow plus BT gives him so much sustain. It makes him very tanky. I think this guy's also running a collector build. Collector is definitely viable on him as well. If you're running like Yumu's collector. Because there are some players that are running collector on Yumu's on Grace, for the fact that it makes his early game way stronger. And if you combine it with Collector, you're running like a hybrid lethality crit build. You could potentially run like a similar build like I'm running right now. Yumu's Collector, Shield Bow, Navari, BT. This could be a potential build. But this would not have Infinity Edge. You could always flex an Infinity Edge. But this would be a different item with variation, where you're boosting your early game with the armor penetration, right? And then later on you have enough crit rate as well. But yeah, stacking lethality is always an option for like assassins or champions like Grace or Rengar as well. Because it's a snowball build. Stacking lethality is all about snowballing, reducing the enemy armor to up to 0, so you can just kill them. Ooh, nice flash Q. So you can extend the Q3 knock up by using your flash, so you can catch them. Now 3 people are dead and I just want to rush this. I think we can actually. Do you guys know why it's so like rushing Baron is the play right now? Beforehand it was kinda it was way more risky beforehand because Baron did so much damage and it was way more tanky, but in this current meta or after the changes, the first Baron is very squishy and easy to secure, like way easier to secure. I wanted to reset, but I saw Marshvll jumping in, so I was like, okay, let's see what we can do right here. Oh, he survives now. Let's knock up. I die now. And there's the Baron buff wasted. Okay, it's not kind of. I mean, it's not wasted because the others are winning, and I keep my Baron buff. I lose the minion buff though. But yeah, I wanted to reset, but Marshvll jumped in, so I was like, okay, might also fight it out. Oh yeah, he's running shield bow. Wait, he's running shield bow? Wait, do we have so much shielding? Okay, my shield. Vex has a shield, I think. Marshvll shield. He's running Serpent's Fang, like anti-shield. Interesting. Oh, I messed up the combo there. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, you see that damage though. You see that damage though. Oi, 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 oi. Hello there. I messed up the combo, but we do we do kill them pretty quickly though. Like damn, what was that damage? Those crits. Navori is a good option by the way as well for crit build. Navori could be a good option as well on the Riven. he just nuked me though because I'm so squishy. Did you see? He just critted me and nuked my ass. Well, they're surrendering though. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I got nuked by Grace. I guess we could try a Collector Grace video if you guys want to. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.